from the LDC. And take a roll when you're ready.
Mark Doyle. Amy Bondic. Here. Deidre Houston. Here. Tom McCown.
Here.
Eric Cohen.
Right. How are we doing with? Yes.
I don't know if anybody's here on behalf of the CIA. When we get to it, it's usually somebody here.
Let's see. While we're figuring that out, let's just go through our roll call. Oh, sorry. Did that? Conflict of interest disclosures. Anybody? Conflict of interest? None. Meeting notice went out in time. No bills and communications that we know of. And approval of the minutes as written.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the May 14th meeting.
Thank you.
I'll second.
Thank you. All for that.
Tom McCown.
Approve.
Deidre Houston.
Yes.
Amy Bondic. Approved. Mark Doyle.
Approve. All right, Jane, balance sheet and income statement.
Amanda, could you put up the financials first? Thank you. Looking at the balance sheet for May 31st, LDC, we have 2.5 million in cash. Just down under the other assets, we still have open the county receivable of 83,000 that is being reviewed now. We have an accounts payable, which is accrued payroll down below. Looking at the P&L, we have revenue of 166,000 to a budget of 956,000. So far, we're unfavorable by 789,000. Our expenses are 516,000 to a budget of 1,393,000. So far, we're favorable by 878,000. We're at a net loss of 349,000 to a budgeted net loss of 438,000. So far, we're favorable by 88,000. Again, we did close on the Maris, so we will have admin fees next month, which will help our revenue. And then the only really other is that the county, we have budgeted 450 when we're only going to have 250 the contract.
Right. And then on the expense side, having budgeted almost 1.4 million, is there any particular notable reason that the expenditures are only at 500,000 right now, at about close to the halfway point in the year?
Well, there's there'll be another 500,000, but then also as some of the year-end items that come in, audit usually is not booked until the end. We will have some right now we have savings in salary line.
Yes.
And then also we do have savings in the marketing line because the contract was with DCI at 17,000 a month. Now it's 9,000 a month with Group Gordon.
Right. So some savings, but not.
Some savings, but yeah, and we don't have our event expenses going yet. Those will start coming in,
Okay.
in another couple of months.
Okay, thank you. All right, so where do we stand with guests? No sign of anybody from from CIA?
Yeah, we have a bond resolution.
So our new business is for us to consider.
Not that you told me.
Okay.
I can check.
Yeah, thank you. So we have to consider the approval of a final bond resolution for the issuance of LDC's tax exempt bond series 2025. This is a project for refunding Culinary Institute of America in bond in an amount of $17.5 million, not to exceed $19 million. And that's again for the CIA.
Well, a brief explanation. There was a public hearing yesterday. No one from the public attended. There was a short presentation read by someone on behalf, Mr. Tejan on behalf of the CIA, explaining that these were DASNY bonds for the theater and other things, and they're just refinancing. We call it a refunding here. It's refunding that amount. The approximate amount is 17.5 million. They won't know exactly how much it will be until they get ready to start pricing and close. It will present some savings to the CIA over the years. There's no, also all this does is it provides for that particular financing to take place.
Proceed.
It's a tax exempt entity anyway. So this is just, rather than going through the state system, it's doing something local. So they're encouraged by you doing something local here as well. So, and it's that simple, nothing.
Well, we're thrilled to bring it in from DASNY and to our local funding. That is exactly what we like to see.
Right.
Did you want to add to that, Ron?
You said it. That's what I wanted to remind everyone. Yeah, there is competition out there, and we basically taken over just about every of the not-for-profits and kept those fee revenues local for support to economic development and tourism.
Yep, that's excellent. And I would imagine that part of that encouragement is that we are able to keep our fees low and be competitive that way.
Right. Yeah. There are requirements, administrative requirements that DASNY and annual reviews by them that makes it more expensive to go through DASNY, so this is something that is less expensive for them. It saves them money and it brings money into the local economy. So
good. That's excellent.
okay.
All right. So before we go much further, we need to do much the same as we did with the last go round.
We got to vote on this.
Oh, I'm sorry. We haven't voted on this. Jumping ahead, we do need to call a roll on that.
I'll make a motion that we approve the final bond resolution for the issuance of the tax exempt bond series for the Culinary Institute of America.
I'll second that.
Todd McCount,
Approved.
Deidre Houston.
Approve.
Amy Bondieri.
Approve.
Mark Doyle.
Approved. Thank you.
May I make one other statement? Because we didn't know what was going to happen. Any person here we need to certify this resolution for the process. And if we have Amy down as assistant secretary, and any board member can be assistant secretary, we had to prepare something in advance. So we have a document prepared for Amy's signature, certify this resolution for the process. So
thank you.
As the next matter, as you start to name parties, the documents weren't prepared in advance for who was going to be the secretary, whatever. So if you're going to do the same thing in appointing members, we will have Amy sign this because those documents were already prepared.
So we need to name you as secretary. Fine. For the meantime, that could change if you going forward as you wish. Good. So we need to, so if I'm not mistaken, so we need to name I guess me as the interim chair of the board, Jamie as vice chair. In the case of the exactly do that. In the case of the IDA, did we use the word interim for?
No, I think
No.
we used the word chair.
That's what I was
Yeah.
just checking back
Should
on.
be chair.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's correct.
Okay. Jamie for vice chair. Now we're going to make you, Amy, secretary.
Well, no,
What, you want to carry on? Maybe I didn't understand.
You can still use Tom if you want. It was already, when, at the time it was voted on, we already.
Okay, so there's
The
already,
assistant secretary, as any board member is. I just we didn't know who was going to sign, so we just used the most senior member of the board.
but this vote doesn't
Doesn't affect.
affect that, so that's fine. We'll go ahead then.
Yes, that's what I was
Tom
trying
on
to
that
say.
list.
Yes.
Sorry, I fully understand. And then we need to appoint an additional member to the audit committee and the finance committee. I suspect that's often the same person. So on those committee, that committee standing, who do we have? Or rather, who can we appoint that's not already on?
It's Kathy and Kathy was, and then Jamie is
And
on.
him, and Mark.
And then I had joined in the
Right.
last meeting, but we still need another.
So what we'll need is a replacement for Kathy, but you had said that there was another board member coming on soon, which,
So should we hold off on that?
if they're finance savvy, then, I mean, not that everybody isn't finance savvy, but just audit wise and,
The expectation is that the legislature will approve a member for the board that would come on in July. And that person, if it is the one that the legislature approves, does have a background in finance. And then the next board member, we have yet to, I guess it's yet to be considered, but we're hoping that would be able to get on for the July meeting. And then for August presence on the board.
So should we table this by consensus, just table this particular item for the next meeting and see where we go?
right,
on that?
because for the committee, it would be, the budget would be really the next item that the committee would be dealing with.
Right,
So we can wait.
yeah. Which I budgeted later in August. So, all right, and then finally, item F, that check signing authorization, as we had done before. Myself, Jamie, Tom, and Jane. So let's just go through. This is then a resolution to elect myself as the chair of the board, Jamie as the vice chair, Tom as the secretary, and then the check signing authorizations of myself, Jamie, Tom, and Jane.
I'll make that motion.
Thank you.
I'll second it.
Okay,
And take the roll.
Tom McCount,
Approve.
Deidre Houston.
Approve.
Amy Bonadieri,
Approve?
Mark Doyle.
Approve. All right, so now I'd like to have a resolution to go into executive session.
Do you want to discuss the purpose?
Oh, I need to state the purpose. The purpose is to interview a candidate for CEO of LDC and to discuss general terms of employment.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Tom McCount,
Approve.
Deidre Houston.
Yes.
Amy Bonadieri,
Approve.
Mark Doyle.
Approve. There we are. We're coming back into session after our executive session. Good discussion.
I have a motion.
Thank you.
I'd like to make a motion that we hire a consultant to assist with the management operations for the LDC at $75 an hour.
Excellent. In a second.
Second.
Thank you very much.
May I?
And any discussion? Yes.
Yeah, and then to authorize the chairman to select the person to do that and after further interviewing, and then as well to have, to sign an agreement to that effect concerning the $75 per hour for the consultant of the operations.
So three components.
The chairman be on the agreement or Jane be the chairman?
Well, the chairman can select a person, and then, once he's selected, it would just be, Jane will be authorized then
Okay.
to sign the agreement.
4 steps. Okay. Is that, you comfortable with that? Okay, thank you. So we have a motion and a second, and we'd like to take the roll.
Tom McCount. Deidre Houston.
Approve.
Amy Bondieri.
Approve.
Mark Dorr.
Approve. Okay, excellent. So we're going to be able to keep the show going forward, and I'm excited about that. All right, is there any further business before we adjourn?
I would just like to, and just like we did the last meeting,
Yeah.
I'd like you to meet the staff that work here so hard. And I just want to introduce Renee Richard, who is the Director of Business Retention and Expansion for Think Duchess. And Renee's been a great partner, and I usually, whenever we're on site together or she's come to one of our roundtables, she's a wonderful resource in connecting our businesses to all the, not only what you guys do here at Think Duchess, but also many of our other partners. So Renee, this is the board.
So I've been here 6 years. I was in banking for many years prior. So this is a refreshing change, and what I can do is take the best part of what I used to do and put it to work every day. And I meet with businesses from startup all the way to succession planning. And I provide I try to find as many free state and federal resources as necessary, whether it's entrepreneurship, business planning, conventional financing, alternative financing, alternative workforce, supply chain. And I do my best to match those resources so as keeping our businesses in the county, those that come to the county, that they like to work, live, and play here as we put forth as our Think Duchess mission, as well as grow and stay in our county. So that's a little bit of what I do, and I support the IDA and LDC, projects, and I try to, if there's some that I identify, I pass them forward to our CEO, who usually will handle those items. And, Ron has also been very helpful and a great resource for a lot of New York State benefits and help as well. So
Thanks.
nice to meet you all.
Thank you.
Again.
Thank you for coming in, and I'm sorry it's taken us 6 years to get a nice discussion with you. So I actually appreciate, Ron, the idea in putting forth, more involvement with staff. I think it will do all of us a lot of good collectively to get to know each other better. So thank you. All right. So with that, we'll adjourn. I don't think we don't usually make motions to adjourn. No.
Just call the adjournment.
Just call for adjournment.
All right.
Yep.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.